All right. So this is the process that I'm using to restore my windshield off my snowmobile. I've already done 2 sandings, and it's actually looking pretty good already. You couldn't even see through this windshield when I started. It was very, very cloudy, and I mean, you could not see through it. So I've tried a couple different things. I tried using just a buffing compound and buffing it, and I really didn't make much of a difference. So I decided to use the sanding method, and I found some sanding discs that were from 1,000 grit to 3,000 grit. And so I started with the 1,000 grit. I should mention these sanding discs were too big for my sander. My sander is just a 5-inch. I couldn't find these. I can only find these in a 7-inch. So I decided to cut a little bit off and use it. Works fine. So I started with the 1,000, and I saw really good results. Still a little cloudy. Then I went to the 2,000, and it got a little better. So I'm just going to do the 3,000 wet sand right now. And after that, I plan on, and I've already done this once, a polishing compound after to put on to really make it shine. But I'll do that after. So first, just lightly mist the windshield. All right, so I've done both sides of the windshield now, and it goes a bit, the water goes a bit milky color. I'm not sure if it's from the sanding disc itself or from the stuff on the windshield. So the next step that I did was before I polished it, was just to get all that grit and dirty water, I guess, off. So I have some windshield wiper or windshield cleaner. I just spray on lightly and just wipe it off and let it dry before I go into the next step, which is buffing. All right, so the next step, it's going to apply the polish here and do both sides of the window. Okay, so I polished both sides with the buffer. I've got just a haze from the polish that needs to be wiped off, and we should be left with a pretty clean window after that. Alright, so there's the final product of the windshield. Back on the snowmobile. I should have taken a before picture, but trust me, you could not see through it. This machine had sat outside for years probably before I got it, so you couldn't see through it at all. It would have been completely useless, and turned out pretty good. So I read online, 1,000 grit, 2,000 grit, 3,000 grit, and a polish, and I could confirm that definitely worked for me. So I should note too, it took a few takes a while to get the polish to buff in properly, so just be patient with that. You use some elbow grease, and it'll turn out nice. So I hope that helps somebody, save somebody some money. The buffing pads or the sanding discs are like 10 bucks, and I'd say 30 minutes, 20-30 minutes to do the windshield and both sides of it, and buff it. Does not take long at all. So next I'm going to try some visors on some snowmobile helmets, and maybe my headlights as well too. So hope to help someone.